Still good morning, guys. It's a 10th of December 2019, 11:33 a.m. CET. So we are 2.5 after the Europe Open. So let's make quick update, especially because we had some very important news like UK GDP, UK industrial production, as well as German ZEW economic sentiment. And I'm going to discuss based on the DAX. So let's jump straight into that, guys. The reason we see a little bit of the DAX bounce from the current level could be the positive German ZEW economic sentiment reading. 10.7. Expectations were 1.1 and the previous was minus 2.1. So well, improvement was expected, but the real number beat the expectations. But you know what, guys? Well, we had strong non-farm payrolls, strong Chinese data. Anyway, the fact is that some profit taking based on the news, also based on the place where we are on the DAX from higher time frame, right, is visible right now. So that's the wide demand zone based on the daily chart. So as you can see, we took out previous week low and trying to reverse. Is it going to happen? Well, to be honest with you, I don't know. We are going to see over the course of the day what is going on. So that was the German ZEW economic sentiment. Also we had UK GDP was weaker than what market was expecting, but better than the previous reading. So UK GDP month to month 0, expectations plus 0.1, previous minus 0.1. Industrial production 0.1, 0.2 expectations, minus 0.3. Pound is mixing, but of course pound is UK election. We are going to get back into that. So DAX, right? Better German ZEW economic sentiment is helping here with the profit taking when we are talking about the DAX, completely not reacting on euro dollar. Well, to have full picture of the DAX and where we are, we have to start with the weekly chart, right? In that case, we have to talk about this consolidation, right? And the break we've seen from that consolidation from here, right? So that next possible level, and that's where we are going to move our line, right, in a second. But let's talk about the current market price action, right? The thing is that we are taking previous week low and trying to rebound. So some guys may have some stop count behind their head, and well, that it might reverse. That's not my base case scenario. Anyway, going slowly. So if that's the break, so the break took place here, right? Oops, sorry. The break could take place here, right? So that's where I do expect, and that's the levels we've seen the breakout as well, right? So that's where I see possible move to the downside in case we are going to close, because that's the important thing. Below this breakout candle and below previous week low, right? So if we as a bears are managed to close below these levels, right, the next possible target is going to be around 12,400, and we are talking right here, right now. The first thing first, that was the highest and the breakdown. We had some kind of the supply on a retest. There was some more supply, more supply, more supply, and finally breakout, right? So that's in my opinion very significant level. So the thing is that if we are going to go down through 12,900 and the 12,500, 12,400 as a next possible level here on the DAX. So let's switch lower. Let's have a look what we have from the daily chart perspective. All right, this demand zone is better visible here, but in that case I'm going to watch the market behavior in case of 1 to 1, right? So I'm going to watch how market is going to behave around 12,850. That's where I eventually may agree with some bounce back towards levels based on my chart, 12,980, 13,000, and from here going lower. That could be the conservative approach, right? So waiting for a break, then retest of some levels, in that case the previous week low, right? Retest of that one and continuation to the downside to the levels we discussed second ago, here, right? So that's conservative approach. There is a possibility of a little bit more aggressive approach, right? And in that case, if we see retest of the daily open, somehow we're going to see those levels closer to the daily open or even weekly open, right? So levels between 13,110 and 13,190, right? So the full zone like this, right? So if we see this eventually, that could be, that for sure is worth to watch, as well as current bodies when we are talking about the previous week low. So let's switch to the intraday chart. Let's place the zone from the daily chart here. All right. And plus this one. So let's switch to the 30-minute chart and let's have a look what we have. So based on this green zone, in case of the retest of either today's daily open or weekly open, what I like here is especially this very narrow consolidation. Of course it was the pre-market, right? But as well as yesterday low. So I like this zone, so above 13,000, right? And the lower, that's what we discussed a second ago, because of this rally, right, from here, this rally here, right, and after the breakdown. I also like these levels over here, so closer to the around 13,000. All right, so let's try to summarize that thing. And we are talking about the DAX. Looks weak in my opinion. Oops. Looks weak in my opinion. Looking to sell release. Okay, so that's about the DAX. And I have like aggressive approach. It's watch 13K or closer to 1300. conservative, wait for full breakdown, and retest. All right, that's what we have. Okay, so that's the summary. Let's get back to the chart again. Let's get back to the chart again. So conservative, full break, retest, short 12 500, 12 450. All right, aggressive, either round number around 13,000 or closer to the daily open, weekly open, the green zone. So either tiny breakout or bigger breakout, right? This type of the bearish scenario is gonna be cancelled, in my opinion, with the daily close above weekly open. Don't be trapped, guys. All the best. See you around with the next update. Take care and goodbye.